The upper chamber has officially opened its first session of the 18th Congress, hours ahead of President Duterte's fourth State of the Nation address.
It was a pretty much straightforward affair, with the last Congress's leaders retaining their posts. We now have News 5's Ria Fernandez on the ground to give us the latest. Ria, what do you have for us?
Jamie Charles, the opening of the first Senate session under the 18th Congress went on time. At exactly 10 a.m., Senate President Vicente Sotto III called the members of the Senate to order inside the session hall. All of the senators were present except for Senator Manny Pacquiao, who is still recovering from his eye injury following his victory against Keith Thurman yesterday, and Senator Laila de Lima, who is still detained at Camp Crame for drug charges. Soto is able to keep his post as the leader of the upper chamber after 19 senators voted for him via viva voce. Minority Senators Risa Ontiveros, Francis Pangilinan, and Franklin Drilon abstained. Senator Ralph Recto also retained his position as Senate Pro Tempore, the upper chamber's second highest official. Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri likewise maintained the majority floor leader position. The same goes for Senator Franklin Drilon as minority leader. The Senate also elected lawyer Mayra Marie Villarica as senator or as secretary, and retired Major General Edgardo Rene Samonte as Sergeant at Arms, replacing the late Jose Balahaja Jr., who held the post for a long time. Meanwhile, Charles Jackie, senators adopted a number of resolutions, including the readiness of the upper chamber to hear President Duterte's annual report later this afternoon. And after the session, senators and their spouses had their usual group photo opportunity. At this time, senators are taking a break and preparing to go to the Batasang Pambansa in Quezon City for their joint session with the House lawmakers for the fourth State of the Nation address of the President later at 4 p.m. Jackie, Charles?
All right, Ria, Senate President Tito Sotto did retain his post, but then what can we expect from him this time around?
Well, we expect him to continue whatever he has started during the 17th Congress under his term, and we also expect that he will be pushing for the death penalty. As we can recall, he is one of those who filed the bill for the reinstatement of the capital punishment. Earlier, he was also talking about the charter change, but then he mentioned that we have to be specific about the change in the charter or in the 1987 Constitution, because the easiest way to do it is through amending just one portion, say for example about the economic conditions or economic sector. But then aside from that, we expect that he will continue whatever he has started in the previous term.
Ria, can you tell us more about the bills that were discussed?
Well, earlier, there were no mention of bills, but then if we can remember, before the opening of the regular session of the both chambers of the House, the senators and I guess the lawmakers from the House also filed their respective bills. And in this Congress, senators or the bills that will be tested include the Gender Equality Bill or the SOGI Bill, the Divorce Bill filed by Minority Senator Risa Ontiveros, as well as the Death Penalty Bill, which was filed by a number of senators, and most of them, actually all of them, are allies of the President.
That being said, what will the relationship be like with the lower house, especially in particular Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano?
Senate President Tito Sotto is very optimistic that the House and the Senate will really have a good working relationship under this Congress, because a presumptive Speaker Alan Cayetano is or used to be a senator. Therefore, he knows the goings-on in the Senate. And Senate President is very optimistic that they will have a good working relationship. And actually, he said that he could really expect that Congressman Cayetano will just send him a text if ever he has concerns about the bills or about the legislative agenda of the President.
Okay, thank you very much, Ria Fernandez, live from the Senate. Thank you.